Guten Tag, Observer, and for coming into my new Let's Play series of a game that is near and dear to my heart. The legendary game that is Heroes of Might and Magic, the original. Oh my goodness. The nostalgia. The beautiful artwork, and I have to say, this game, it came out in 1995, and these were kind of the graphics of the time, maybe. I think I remember a couple games that were a little bit darker, but despite this, I have to say that this game captures the artwork in this game, the artistic style of this game, just the bright blues, the lush greens, the pronunciation of pretty much everything, how everything just grabs out at you. It was just beautiful, and I love it. But anyway, let's get into this game. I'm going to go ahead and do the campaign game. For those of y'all who don't know the Heroes of Might and Magic series, it's a game that's a turn-based strategy game that it's just really so hard to explain because it's not like most of the games out there. Unlike normal strategy games, let's just go into it. Anyway, the basic premise is that this is a game that's set in a world called Might and Magic. And basically in this setting, which is actually a little bit different than Might and Magic, you're able to control a kingdom. And your kingdom, the goal of your kingdom is kind of try to take out the other kingdoms. It's pretty simple. But each kingdom has its own little specialty. We have the human knights, which have human characters, human army members. It's an army game, of course. But you have armies that are composed of humans, that have like peasants, archers, pikemen, and such like that. Then you have the barbarian warlords, who control pretty much goblin, orcs, and the like, and cyclopses. And then you have the sorceress, who is in charge of things like the elves, the druids, the unicorns. And then finally you have the Warlock Kingdom, which is in charge of mythical creatures such as the Hydra, the Minotaur, dragons, and such like that. But anyway, we're going to jump right in and play as Lord Iron Fist, which is the human person, the human kingdom. Anyway, so we're going to start this campaign, and it's basically just a bunch of scenario maps that are kind of just thrown together. So anyway, the scenario 1, Gateway. You have established a foothold in the new land. This small island is fiercely contested by 3 other factions, all vying to capture a strategic town called Gateway. The town is located in the center of the island and so dominates the surroundings that the other factions will surrender to the lord that captures it. Beware the dragon guardian of the Gateway. Okay. So basically, if we get hold of this key position on this island, we should control the island. Okay. Oh, the music. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for it. But it's just beautiful. I actually, now I don't know, the actual publishing company for this, but I was in touch with with the creator of the game a while back. So hopefully, if there is an issue, hopefully I can just talk to him and fix it. Now, in this game, you basically are... Let me try to explain. Basically, you're on a map, and this is kind of like a tiled map, and you just go out and explore, and you pick up things, you fight creatures. But in addition to the map, you have your castles. And in these castles, you're able to upgrade them to provide new things. For instance, this well increases the rate of all dwellings by 2 creatures per week. So we're going to go ahead and build that. And the thing is that since it's turn-based, you can only build 1 building or upgrade 1 building at a time in this game. And as you can see, I have a peasant's hut and an archery range. Is it called a peasant's hut? No, it's called a thatched hut. And these are the dwellings that was mentioned with the well. And so we have a couple resources here on the side. We have wood, sulfur. That is sulfur. It doesn't look like sulfur, but it is. Some crystals, gemstones, mercury, and stone, and some gold. And we use these resources to upgrade things throughout as we go and to recruit creatures. Now the benefit of the humans is that they mainly only use stone and wood, except for their end-game creature, which isn't really a creature, but their in-game unit, which is the paladins, which you have to spend 20 crystals to buy the building, to construct the building. And after that, though, you don't need any resource to recruit any of these members. The paladin that's recruited only needs gold. So anyway, now that we've been there, I love the artwork, by the way. It's just all this like, it's almost water painting type-esque thing here. Just each castle has its own unique background flavor, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But anyway, let's get to the game. Okay, so like I said, you move around. You have a couple movement points that you can spend. I'm going to this thatched hut to get more peasants. And that pretty much concludes my turn. Now, your turns are in days. I don't know if this game, if there's limitations on how many days things take. Like if you have to complete things within a certain amount of days. But anyway, at the end of each week, your population increases for your dwellings and you can recruit more units for your army. Let's go here. And let's go ahead and build the blacksmith. Now the blacksmith, we had to have the well constructed before we can construct it. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if I can fix this little slowing down. This is mainly just Fraps messing up a little bit, my recording software. But it shouldn't be too much of a deal. Ordeal, rather. Okay, so now we got some wood. That'll help us build some things. We got a lumber mill. Now this lumber mill will give us 2 things a day of wood, which is good. Unlike other strategy games, you have to go out and find established resources instead of, say, building it, which is kind of interesting. This kind of makes you explore more. And in addition to this, other kingdoms can take ownership of the resources. So I just built this for turn. Okay. Yes, I did. Okay. So like I said, this lumber mill here can switch hands with another faction, and then they will get the bonus for the lumber mill instead of me. Now, the interesting thing about that is that these can become miniature objective points or places that inspire battles. Like, they'll constantly be trying to... this is the combat system. But anyway, basically the kingdoms will fight each other over these resources, and it draws attention to these resources, like draws people into battle. Another focus point is towns and castles, of course. But anyway, so here is another layer of the game, which is the combat system, which involves a hex-based grid, as far as I remember, where basically you take turns moving units across the field. So we're going to skip this unit here. And the goal isn't really to cross the field, but mainly just to kill each other. And your hero is in this tent. If you had spells, you can cast spells and retreat and stuff like that. But other than that, your actual character doesn't do much. Which I don't think they do anything until Heroes of Might and Magic 5. So basically, the combat system is mainly between your armies and not you personally. Okay, here we go. Get this chest. Typically it's good to go with gold instead of experience. As I said, like your units fight, apparently that graphic makes things go a little slower. But your character gains experience, and as it gains experience, various attributes about your character increase. You can have knowledge, spell power, attack skill, and defense skill. Now these kind of boost your units. For instance, if you look at my attack skill of this peasant, it's now at 2 instead of 1 because I have attack skill of 1 and his defense has increased by 2. So experience does play an important role. The length of power of a spell. So spell power is kind of your aggressive ability to cast spells, and knowledge increases the amount of spells you can cast. And then you have things such as good morale, armies attacks and combats, knights get a +1 and all human troops. Luck, I don't have any luck modifiers. So anyway, let's go back to our tavern, well, our place here, and we're going to buy a tavern so that we can build this armory, so we can get swordsmen to help us. The tavern increases the morale of all garrison troops, which is very important in castle defenses. Because morale, if you have increased morale, you can take double turns for some units. Okay, so we're going to go back over here. Let's go explore down a little bit. What is he guarding? He's guarding a 4-leaf clover. Now, unfortunately, archers are fairly dangerous in this game, so I'm not going to approach that person. Let's get this under control. Now, so one of the important things about this game is investment. Like you want to be able to pump out troops as fast as possible and outproduce your opponent. And so basically what that boils down to is that you want to get as many buildings up and running as possible so you can get the most output per week initially. And then you want to be the first person to get towns and the first person to get resources so that this gives you an edge later on over your opponents. Which is all fun. Now, that being said, the reason why I bring that up is it is currently day 6. And like I said, at the end of the week, look at that, they're making the move. At the end of the week, it's the start of the new week. Pardon me. So let's go ahead and fight these guys. I just wasted a turn, which is something you really don't want to do. Okay, let's let these guys come to us for a minute. Huh. Bring this guy up here. Let's bring this guy forward. So he can go that far. Let's move right here. Let's move this guy forward. Let's shoot this guy. Let's go ahead and attack this one. Now this tree stump here will... There's obstacles on the map that are randomly generated, and these obstacles prevent movement, of course. So, as long as somebody's right here, someone can't get to my horse. So... that's always good. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. This guy's good. Shoot. Okay, so let's go ahead and come up here and get that. 6 crystals. That brings me up to 16. I need 20 to build a cathedral. Okay, so I got +1 knowledge. That means that I'll become a better spellcaster. So, do I want to become a better spellcaster for one? Okay, so if tomorrow we're going to have 1,000 to build this, well, to get the people here, let's go ahead and I assume that Dispel Magic, Slow, View Minds. Okay. Going to assume that my character... Oh, okay. Those gargoyles are apparently defending my base at the moment. We've just seen 2 AI characters take each other out. Those gargoyles must be really tough. Pikeman growth +5. That's really good. Now I don't know if getting experience all the times is best. I mean, getting the gold all the times is best. I don't really share that opinion because, like I said, your character. Hold on. Oh, I forget. You can't drag this early in technology. Okay, we're starting to run out of gold though, so maybe getting the gold from that chest was a good idea. Love the music. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. Normally if you're doing Let's Plays you have to turn off the music because YouTube's not very friendly in this regard. Let's go ahead and go up here to fight this person. Now see, one thing that I've been doing that's different than the opponents is that I have all my troops consolidated into one hero, whereas we've seen a couple of them die and continue. Let's let these people come to us. You can come forward. Now sometimes the computer makes some random mistakes that don't make any sense whatsoever. For instance, the 2 peasants in the upper right completely swapped places for no reason. So, probably could have moved. Okay, so pikemen can move 3 spaces, swordsmen can move 2, and peasants can move 1. That's important to know. I'm gonna go ahead for experience on this one. Defense +1. Okay. So that'll help us whenever we go to take this one out. Now these guys have killed everyone so far. So what we really need to do here is defend our archer, because that's the first thing the AI goes after is your ranged units, because they're potentially the most dangerous. I should have kept my horseman where he was, apparently. Okay, you attack that. You attack this one. You attack that. And we're doing pretty good. Just lost 1 archer out of 22. Okay, so this is going to be risky. Let's go ahead and save. Episode 1. Okay. Now. I can't make it there this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and stand my ground here. Okay. Now I'm going to fight a dragon. Now dragons have tremendous amount of hit points. And I'm just going to skip this guy's turn for right now. And I do a ton of damage. Ooh, I should have moved him. That was bad. Might have just made it so that my horse can't move, which would be horrible. Still 6 damage. Yeah, I made it so that my horse can't move. That means he's gonna lose another one. Let's bring our swordsman out. Yeah, dragons are really tough in this game. Okay, I made it so that my horseman can't attack. Let's can't move. Let's go ahead and don't want to attack. Let's move him here. Skip this guy's turn. There we go. So that way we don't just randomly lose another. Ugh, this is horrible. There we go. Finally killed the dragon. Now we would have lost more, I suspect, if we didn't. Ooh. If we didn't take that experience and get our defenses up. Now I didn't buy a spellbook. That's another thing, you have to buy spellbooks if you get the mage tower. So I could have slowed something to make it move last, which would have been this guy. Oh. Now, wolves are dangerous in this game. The reason being is that they're able to do a retaliation attack, which you might have seen whenever we encountered the dragon, where we hit it and then it immediately had a reaction against us, causing us damage. Let's go ahead and bring that guy out. We definitely need to kill this guy. So wolves are able to do an auto attack back if you attack it. I don't know how many times it gets to do that, but that can be fairly deadly in the game. Boom. Okay, defense +1 and victory. The gateway has fallen. The other lords have abandoned their castles and fled. They have alerted their homelands and now gather their forces. Speed is of the essence. Okay, campaign has been saved as scenario 1. Would you like to continue to the next scenario? Yes. Okay, so that concludes this episode of Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic. So, and next time we're going to do the second campaign, the Arpeggio. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.